All right, good evening. If we could rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our monthly meeting, the last one of the year, not the school year. If we can, we're going to go into a public hearing for the property tax exemption. And it is for the review of the volunteer firefighter, volunteer ambulance worker partial property tax exemption. And if we have any public commenters, just regarding this resolution, which is printed in on the agenda. I have no voice tonight, I'm sorry. People are probably very happy about that. So no commenters on this tonight. I'm going to ask Joanne to read.
You want me to
E,
read?
yeah, just because I have no voice. I'm trying to spare you
Okay.
guys. It's painful.
All right, here goes.
So we have to read it legally. So this is
Okay.
E.
Whereas New York Real Property Tax Law, Section 466A, was enacted to provide eligible volunteer firefighters and volunteer ambulance workers with a real property tax exemption from school taxes on real property owned by the eligible volunteer firefighters or volunteer ambulance workers, so as long as the school district in which the real property is located, after public hearing, adopts a resolution authorizing the exemption subject to the requirements of New York Real Property Tax Law, Section 466A. Whereas New York Real Property Tax Law, Section 466A, provides for the additional benefits conferred by the statute applicable to the exemption from school taxes so long as the school district which has authorized the exemption under Section 466A adopts a resolution authorizing such additional benefits. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education of the North Merrick Union Free School District hereby authorizes the application of the volunteer firefighters and ambulance workers' real property tax exemption as contained in the New York Real Property Tax Law, Section 466A, in the amount of 10% of assessed value. Be it further resolved that pursuant to New York Real Property Tax Law, Section 466A2, assessed value, and be it further resolved that pursuant to New York Real Property Tax Law, Section 466A2, oh, did I do that twice?
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
2D, hold on. Assessed value and be further resolved that pursuant to the Board of Education establishes a minimum service requirement for each applicant to be 2 years. And be it further resolved that pursuant to New York Real Property Tax Law, Section 466A2D, the Board of Education requires that application be made to local agency responsible for assessment to certify the individual as an enrolled member of a volunteer fire company, fire department, or volunteer ambulance service. Be it further resolved that pursuant to New York Real Property Tax Law, Section 466A6, the Board of Education designates, hold on. Resolve, that application for exemption must be made to the local agency responsible for assessment of real property in the school district. And be it further resolved that the North Merrick Union Free School District does hereby continue an exemption granting an otherwise eligible volunteer firefighter or volunteer ambulance worker the exemption provides for in this resolution for the remainder of his or her life if the eligible volunteer firefighter or volunteer ambulance workers accrue more than 20 years of active service and is so certified by the authority having jurisdiction for the incorporated volunteer fire company, fire department, or volunteer ambulance service. And be it further resolved that the North Merrick Union Free School District does hereby continue an exemption claimed pursuant to New York Real Property Tax Law 466A to a decreased enrollment numbers, deceased enrollment members, unremarried spouse, if such member is killed in the line of duty subject to the requirements set forth in New York Real Property Law Tax Law 466A4. And be it further resolved that the North Merrick Union Free School District does hereby continue an exemption claimed pursuant to New York Real Property Tax Law 466A to a deceased enrollment member's unremarried spouse, subject to the requirements set forth in New York Real Property Tax Law 466A5.
685.
That's it.
You passed. Ms.
Bravo.
All right, thank you. So Joanne, Ms. Long passes the reading portion of this meeting. Thank you. Flying colors. Before I ask for a motion that, to pass 2E, which Ms. Long just read very nicely, and eloquently. I just want to explain a little bit of what exactly what this is. So on March 28th, 2023, Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman signed Local Law 2-2022-2023, which reduces the number of years required for a volunteer firefighter or volunteer ambulance worker from 5 years to 2 years to receive the partial exemption from the property taxation. So it's a reduction up to 10% of the assessed real property value. Right now, these workers, these volunteers, they're all volunteers in our community. They have to live here, and they have to be, as Joanne mentioned, they have to be certified as a volunteer firefighter or volunteer ambulance worker on the roll. So it's just, this law is taking it from 5 years to get the exemption, bringing it down to 2 for reasons we're most likely for recruitment purposes. So it's to take it from 5 years to 2. So I'm going to ask for a motion, and then we can have a discussion on the motion. But I am going to ask for a motion to pass 2E. Motion by Ms. Miller. And before we take any action, if there's any discussion on the motion. Okay, so a second by Ms. Moran. All in favor? Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. And now I think we can adjourn. We're going to adjourn a motion to adjourn the public hearing by Will, seconded by Mary. All in favor? So thank you. 7:19, that public hearing is now, has ended. And now at 7:19, we're going to call the monthly December meeting to order. I spoke prematurely before. So welcome to our December meeting. We'll keep it brief. I know everyone has holidays on their mind. So my comments, I'm going to defer. I'm just going to wish everyone a great holiday season. Enjoy the break. We have some good news to share from the high school. I'll let Mr. Corona do that later. And I'll just skip to the superintendent's comments. Also, I just want to say thank you to the Holiday Boutiques. We spent a lot of money there. Catherine, my daughter, was very happy. The PTA workers did a great job. The staff, as usual, the custodial staff setting up and doing that was great. And the Santa breakfast. I know I'm cutting into the PTA stuff, but it was great events. So thank you very much. And Dr. Siniak, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ms. Ryan. Welcome to our December meeting. So we've had a lot going on. Our report cards went out last week. We're doing something different this year with a sign-off so that parents sign off on it and return it to your child's teacher. It makes more of a smooth transition for the next one, and we want to make sure that everyone gets to see the progress of their child. Our concert last night, standing room only, truly amazing. It's the first time I think I've been here 8 years where there's more students in orchestra than in band, and that's very unusual. And every group was amazing, from the orchestra to the band to the chorus. There was no parking at all, right, Ms. Miller? Over there at Brookside. And poor Ms. Miller had to leave because she couldn't find a parking space. But it was the first time it was standing room only, and our music program is truly thriving in North Merrick. So a big shout out to all of our students and their parents for taking them to rehearsals, and of course our music department and our principals for leading that charge. Thank you. We have our next SEPTA event. I know that Ms. Keene will speak about that. That's Friday. It's a winter movie, I think, and Fluffa Stuff or something like that, like a Build-A-Bear. We are heading into break next Friday. Yes, unfortunately, I know some of you are upset. We're coming back on January 2nd. Don't forget, mark your calendars. I know the parents will mark their calendars, but I'd like my teachers and our staff to do the same. I know New Year's Day is not the same when you have to go back to work, the next day, but we look forward to it. Our next Board of Ed meeting is January 9th when we return. And in January, we're having our first wellness retreat of this school year for grades 4 to 6 on January 11th. A lot of great activities and sessions. And then we are going in February, and I'll talk about that one in January, for our grades K to 3. We have their wellness retreat. And I can't believe kindergarten registration, Miss Long, is January 16th to January 18th. I can't believe it's that time of year. So any of your friends or neighbors, make sure they register their 4-year-olds. But other than that, on behalf of the Board of Education Central Office, all of our staff, I'd like to wish everyone here a wonderful holiday season and a peaceful new year.
Thank you very much. I'm going to ask for a motion to approve 5A through 5C. It's written on the agenda. Motion by Kathy, second by Will. All in favor?
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously. We're on to our first public comment section of the night. Well, actually, I guess it's our second one. Agenda items only for this agenda. Anyone? Okay, great. Moving on. A motion to approve 7A through 7F. Oh, yeah.
Second.
I'm sorry, who made the motion by Will, second by Mary, all in favor? Aye. Motion carries. And then we do have one additional walk-on motion that we had to discuss in executive session. So I'm going to ask for a motion. Be it resolved that the employee whose identity is known to the Board of Education as discussed in the executive session is directed to report for a medical examination pursuant to Education Law Section 913 in order to determine the capacity of such person to perform his or her duties. The date and time of such examination shall be subsequently determined and communicated to the employee. So if we have a motion to pass this walk-on by Mary, seconded by Tracy. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries unanimously, so please note that. Ms. Long, thank you. A motion to approve our personal actions report as detailed in the mailing, 8A. Motion by Mr. Corona, second by Ms. Miller. All in favor? Aye. At least we all agree, that's nice. Okay. So 8A passes. Policies. These are all approval, right? Okay, a motion to approve policies 9A and 9B as written in on the agenda. Motion to approve by Ms. Keen, seconded by Mr. Corona. Oh, we got an auction. You guys are fast. All right. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Special services, 10A through 10C. A motion to approve by Ms. Miller, seconded by Ms. Keen. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. On to the report of the committees. Mr. Corona, the high school report?
Yeah.
Very
so-
good news, exciting.
Yeah, so very, very big news. Out of 12,000 schools in the U.S. and in Canada, the Belmore Merrick Central High School District was named the College Board Medium-Sized District of the Year. And that's for our outstanding scoring results on AP exams and also expanding access to the exams for all students. This award also came with a $10,000 prize, which is great. It was a tremendous honor. There was also much celebration and a lot of recognition from local media and from local educators as well. Big, big deal. You probably read about it in the papers, but it was big.
Good day. Yes. And it said years in the making.
It was years in the making. And it was nice that our former superintendent was actually back working for the district as interim principal. Was actually there the day that we had the celebration.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Corona. School Community Relations, PTA Council Report, Ms. Keen?
Hey, yep. Hi, everybody. PTA continues to do a great job. I know we say it all the time, but the board, we love our PTAs. Just quick, the next board meetings, Old Mill Roads is the 17th at 7 o'clock. Camps is in person on the 24th at 7:30. And Fayette's is at 7 o'clock on the 24th. So that's exciting. SEPTA's events this Friday is a short holiday movie and a fluff of stuff, Build-A-Bear type of thing. If you want to come, Laura Squilla said you can come and just pick it up and take it home with you if that's what you want. So it's this Friday here at Fayette at 6:30. And then holiday gift. I won't give every detail, but good things are happening. And I wish I wore my glasses. Camp Avenue, great thing. They all had their holiday boutiques, which were awesome. Ticket fundraiser for the Islanders and Disney on Ice are being held through December 10th. Their science fair submissions were due on December 8th. The PTA holiday dinner will be held on December 12th, which is
Yesterday, today.
today? Oh, my gosh. Got it.
That's where everybody is.
And then, as you mentioned, the holiday boutique was great. Fayette's, there was a large summary here. They're talking their Uncle Tony Reptiles. They booked Uncle Tony Reptiles for Fun Day. The Park Planning Committee has started planning 24's Park Week. All three schools talked about what they're doing for Park, which is exciting. Their second round of script orders were processed last week. Gift cards will be handed out before the break. Their pie sale was a huge success at Vincent's Bakery. The pickup was great. The pies were delicious. So all really, really good things. OMR had a very successful holiday boutique that was held for 2 days. They won 2 New York State PTA awards for Trailblazer for 75% membership and super, it's not finished, but it was 2 different awards. It was the Trailblazer Award, and then, which had to do with, I think, 75% of the staff
Right, being members.
for being members. And I'm sorry. I
Can't
don't know.
remember the other
I'm
one.
sorry, I don't know what that is, but, and they're preparing for PARP also. Let's taco about reading. And we already talked about SEPTA has their event this Friday. They also had their first event in 2024 will be held on the January 25th with details to follow.
I think the other part was they met their goals, right? They met
Was
their
that-
enrollment goals, and they got 75% of the teachers.
Okay, thank
Oh,
you. I
okay,
couldn't-
that was it. So
couldn't
they
remember.
were connected.
It was only yesterday, and I already forgot that.
I know, right?
Thank you very much, Mary. Mr. Carter, Buildings and Grounds?
Hey, guys.
You know, you just use the mic, just for the streaming, if you could use the microphone, I'm sorry. I'm sure a large audience at home. Get your every word in.
All right, so not much going on. No news is good news sometimes. We just did the fire inspections, which were submitted up to SED, certified by Dr. Seniak, which will generate our certificates of occupancy. Boilers and burners have just been serviced as we go into the winter. These are the important things. We're getting ready for winter. Fall's over. We did our annual fall cleanup, which is a 30-yard dumpster full of leaves. It's amazing how much leaves we have, especially at Old Mill, and it seems to be never ending. And we got a few projects scheduled for over the break, some small projects that will get done while school's out, and short break, so we'll see you soon.
And thank you for
Short
being.
is a relative word, all right?
Yes. And you're getting ready for snow. He actually thought maybe it was that storm the other night,
Yeah,
Sunday
yeah.
into Monday.
You know, on Friday, we got a little nervous that Monday could get ugly. You know, Sunday into Monday, it's actually 50 degrees, but we got the salt spreader on the truck and some plows ready, just in case, so.
No leaks on Sunday night? None-
A
did
couple
all
of
right?
little leaks that we've been chasing, but like not a dramatic amount. We've been really tackling each time it snows, each time it rains, we hit them, and then we get most of them resolved. We had 2 come back.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Carter. I hope you enjoy the break. Hope you get a break. Hope you get a break. Okay, I know. Ms. Long, any communications?
No communications were received.
No news is good news.
That's right.
Great. Unfinished business of the board? Any new business? Public comments tonight? Anyone has, this is for anything? Okay. On that note, I'm going to wish everyone a happy holiday, enjoy the break, and I'm going to ask for a motion to adjourn. Tracy, seconded by Mr. Nella. All in favor? Aye. Great. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Thank you.
Yes, have a great break.